Okay.
We can start later on when people start.
Mm-hmm. Just send a text to Pastor Gordon. Because
Hey, Brother Joel.
Yes.
Okay, so it looks like we've got the software downloaded,
Oh, okay.
but
It has which one?
yeah, it's got the service that we're supposed to use. Are we supposed to use Twitch or YouTube, Facebook,
Oh,
Restream, or are we not up to that point yet?
are you on mute?
Yeah, I am on mute.
Brother Shane, I
Yes, sir.
suggest you hold off on that because part
Okay, all right.
of the training this morning
Gotcha.
we will have everyone or we'll teach everyone how to install and set it up.
Okay, so we're getting ahead of ourselves at this point then.
Just a little, just a little.
Okay, no worries. Okay.
But I think for today's demo purposes, we'll concentrate on Facebook since I
Okay.
think everyone has their Facebook account. So I do suggest that you at least log into your Facebook account in your browser, so it's ready, or maybe you already have because I'm seeing you pinging. So um, so we'll do that later on.
Okay.
Actually, it should be Streamlabs OBS, not OBS, right?
That is fair.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So again, good morning to everyone. Again, this is not gonna be too formal, but I think we felt that based on what I learned from Jairel for the past week about streaming and recording and video editing, we felt that this platform, the Streamlabs OBS, hopefully will be able to help out the church improve our live streaming and our digital media broadcasting for our church, especially I think in this pandemic, most obviously. And I think moving forward as well, even beyond the pandemic, once we go back to our uh, BAU programming, we actually still do live streaming as well. So hopefully this improves the quality and the way we deliver God's message. So again, not too formal. We created like quick slides yesterday to try to go through Streamlabs. Um, so obviously, besides myself, Jairel will predominantly be going through the actual demonstration, the actual Streamlabs OBS to help us out. Um, So, in terms of what we will be covering today, we'll be covering the basics of digital broadcasting, the basics of OBS, basic multi-channel sound inputs, at least the configuration, live streaming and recording modes. So we have basically two modes of digital broadcasting: one through live stream, one through recording. So we'll also go through that. The layouts and extras will also tackle, and some real-time changes. These are more techniques already on how to effectively broadcast. What we will not be covering is some file formatting and network configuration. These are more advanced settings, but again, for our intents and purposes, we don't need to dive into too much technical details. But again, if you feel that there's something that we need to cover more than these, feel free to chime in and just ask your questions. Again, uh, Jairel has been using Streamlabs OBS for his games for the longest time. So if you've seen you yourself or your kids go through YouTube and like they play games and there's a commentary beside the game and there's a chat, live chat that's on that same screen while he's playing and it's being broadcasted. That's what he has been doing with Streamlabs OBS for the longest time, even before I tapped him to ask help. So he's the veteran, not me. Okay. So, but I'll try to cover some of the information here. So, basics of digital broadcasting. So, digital broadcasting, it's not before the maybe I'd say maybe 5 or 6 years ago, this probably would be rocket science, and you'll need thousands and thousands of dollars worth of equipment just to broadcast media, right? But in this day and age, with the computers and the gizmos and gadgets that are now very cheaply available, and the advancement of technology, it's a lot more easier, and even almost dummy proof, as I am the evidence of, that you can actually broadcast video and audio over an online connection. So that's digital broadcasting. So again, digital there's two sections, or there's two types of digital broadcasting. One is recorded, meaning it's premeditated. You can play around with the video and the audio, similar to the last week's service, when we recorded it in church, right? That's a perfect example of a pre-recorded broadcast. So the the positive side of that is you have full control. You can put effects, a lot more powerful effects, like what Jairil did. He put echoes. He adjusted the volumes. So your first take for the recording for the church does not have to be perfect. And actually, to be honest, when we did our first recording, it wasn't at all perfect. Like the audio was not as good, and some of the balances of the volume were not good. But he was able to sort of adjust that later on, and you can see he was also to put in a lot more visuals and like beautiful text there when we were singing. So that those things are only possible with recordings. So that's the pros for that. Obviously, on the other side, on the flip side, well, what I was talking about is the live streaming. Live streaming is obviously um, this almost the same as recording. You still consolidate the audio and the video, but obviously this is almost in real time. And I say almost because there's a certain lag by default, and you'll soon find this out as well when we do the demos later on. There's probably maybe 1 or 2 second lag, or depending on your internet connection, between what you broadcast and what is shown in the internet. In this case, you can see the platforms here. You can broadcast it in Facebook, you can broadcast it in YouTube Live, and Twitch and Zoom. These are some of the uh, actually Zoom. It's not a platform, right?
Zoom is not.
It's not a platform. So just the first three.
It's a form of, because you can share your screen.
Mhm.
It's
Yeah, you can use it as an input media. Okay, so again, the live streaming portion is a bit trickier, and in terms of preparation, much harder, because unlike recording, right? It doesn't have to be 100% perfect, but in live streaming, it has to be almost 100% perfect in terms of preparation. So before anyone decides to do a live stream, preparations up to the T and the dots of the I, crossing of the T's, should be premeditated, right? So what's a very good example? A very good example is praise and worship when we sing, right? A lot of times, worship leaders tend to do ad hoc stuff, like they sing additional 2 choruses, or they go back to another 1 or 2 lines at the beginning, depending on how the spirit moves them, which is perfectly fine. So unfortunately, though, if that's something ad hoc, you can just imagine it's kind of hard for the person, or for the lyrics to suddenly appear based on the ad hoc whim of the worship leader. So unfortunately, that's something that we have to adjust on how we do the streaming live. Another example is how you capture your video, right? So you'll see later on as well, depending on how your video looks, you have to also premeditate, okay, it's going to be landscape and there's going to be a logo here. Remember, Brother Lloyd mentioned that when we did our broadcasting on the last one, unfortunately, Brother Manny was sort of partially blocked by the Zoom video, right? So things like that, and where you put your logo, so things like that, it all has to be premeditated and practiced prior to the actual broadcast. So that's the challenging part of live streaming. But obviously, the best part of live streaming is, especially when we do our Sunday worship, um, everyone enjoys it real time. There's no lag, etc. So that's obviously the best part of live streaming. So like I said, the live stream, the streaming platforms right now are multifaceted. We can do Facebook, and that's, I think, how we usually do it today. So that's what we're gonna concentrate on for today's training. And again, I speak a lot, so if you guys want to interrupt me for questions, just feel free.
My turn.
Okay, go. I'll.
Can I take your headphones?
Oh, okay.
Okay. Hello. I am. Hello. I think you're.
You can?
Yeah. Did it hit mute or something?
No, I hear you.
Okay. Well. Okay. So. Where'd he go? There you go. Okay. So. Before we begin with anything like installing OBS, I want you guys to understand what OBS does and what is required to run it, because sadly, because it is much newer software, it does require newer systems and relatively newer systems. But most people should be good unless you're running really old software. So just to begin, I'm going to cover the what OBS is. So it's OBS stands for Open Broadcast Software. Um, it is a universal application for recording and streaming over the internet. And when you first look at it, it looks really complicated, but it's actually not that bad once you understand it. Everything's labeled and there's big icons for everything. So once you understand how to set it, like get the settings done and you get the layout done, you basically never have to touch it other than from playing the live button or hitting the record button. So that is the end goal here, to make sure that you guys don't have to do anything more than hitting the live stream button. So covering the basic requirements, you do want to have a stable Ethernet connection. So that would be plugged in. And some people can run it up to 2 megabits or higher, but it's important that you look at your upload speed and not your download speed, because upload speed determines the quality of your live stream and not your download speed. It would be preferential to have 2017 desktop hardware or newer. Any older and you would encounter some live streaming glitches, some bugs that would be unaccounted for on my side, and it would be much harder to foresee any errors that would happen while you're live streaming. You'd want a dedicated graphics card, one that you can, they're not that expensive anymore, and they kind of just are plug in for your computer. And one of the additional stuff that we talked about, so me and my dad kind of talked about this for a little bit, was a sound card. So when you have a massive amp, a massive controller for all the sound, you'd want it to be as uniform and as clean as possible, and that's where the sound card comes in. It's $40 to $50. You can't live without it, but it should be used.
So, can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. So again, the graphics card and the sound card, it's a bit technical, and myself and Gerald can gladly help you guys out if you want recommendations. But just a quick overview when we talk about graphics card and sound card. So when you buy a computer, right, and we're talking about, this usually applies to desktop, not laptop. So by default, the motherboard, which is the big board, the biggest board that you see inside your computer, houses most of the brains of the computers, right? That includes the CPU, or the processing unit, the videos, and the audio. So most motherboards have that built in. Now, the problem with having built-in video and audio inside the motherboard is it's usually not as powerful. So again, this applies if you're a bit, if you want to have more of a seamless type of broadcasting, and this applies if more like in a real church setting, right? But usually, if you are doing this like in person or just doing it as a hobby, by default, if you have a newer computer, like we mentioned, and it's a bit, the model of the laptop or the desktop is newer, again, like Jairil mentioned, it's
Brother
not
Joel,
as
did
required, or
there
it's
is an
not,
echo?
it won't make too much of a difference, especially if it's a personal use. But again, if you want to have more stable videos, like especially within the church, this is what we're recommending. Okay, sorry, go ahead.
Okay. Pastor Lloyd, do you have any questions?
And there was an echo before, but I guess it was because of two mics open. Now I think it's
Yeah, yeah. Okay. So a few extra things. There is, I will be sending you guys a copy of this presentation if you want, and you can look through the website. So here's the first link that we're gonna have. It's OBS's official system requirements. If you want to know the technical specs and you want to really know the specifics of what it can and cannot be ran, or if you're like on that line of it can run it or can it not, you can just check their website. It will tell you the whole thing. It's very long. So I kind of just simplified it down here on this presentation. And this tiny little text I have at the bottom of the screen, it's laptops probably won't work unless it's a very new 2019 model. Because the reason why I say this is because most laptops aren't equipped to run OBS, as in they don't have their own graphics card, they don't have a good sound card, and they're running on mobile hardware that can't handle it basically. So it would hurt your computer over time if you were to force it to use OBS. So I wouldn't recommend using a laptop, although if you have something around the 2019 model, you can. Um, and for all intensive purposes, what we're going to be using is Streamlabs, not regular OBS. We're going to be using Streamlabs OBS, which is a variation of OBS, which is much easier to use. And we can reference to help you guys understand how it works. Yeah. Um, Wanted to cover the basic layout before we went into OBS. So the basic layout goes, you got your audio input from all of your instruments leading up to your computer, your camera connected to your computer, and OBS combines both of those and sends it over the internet. And that's just the most basic understanding of how OBS works as a software. So I wanted that basic understanding to go through. So um, we can cover the basic OBS layout. So here it is. It's a lot. I put a lot of text on it, but don't worry, it's much easier than it looks. So we have 4 basic windows here. We have our scenes, our sources, our audio channel mixer, and our live output screen. Those are the 4 basic things that you will see when you open up OBS, regardless of you if you use Streamlabs or regular OBS. It's just those things, and you can add scenes, remove sources, whatever you want. We will be explaining in depth what scenes are, what sources are, how you can use the audio channel mixer. But all you need to know is we have settings that it is important that we configure the settings at the start. So I will be covering that after we install it, and how to add and remove and how that works towards creating an output. So, and I'll also be covering what outputs are later. And making sure that you're looking at your live output screen so you can see what you're doing, how you're doing it, and identifying all the recording and live buttons. So we're going to start with our demonstration here. Can you send a link into Zoom?
Copy this.
So there you go. Okay. Wait, that's a private. There you go. Okay. So we just posted in the Zoom chat a link to a live stream we've already set up on YouTube. I set it up as a test so you guys can understand how it works, and I will be live streaming how to use OBS there. That way you can have a better understanding of how it works.
Give them a few minutes to.
Yes.
to
Okay.
Can you guys confirm if you guys are able to log into the Facebook?
I can't hear them, by the way. So if they say something, yeah, I won't see.
We're opening it right now.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Yeah, I can hear it. Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm in it.
Yeah.
Okay. You can you can see our live stream, right?
Yeah, the past live videos.
If you refresh the page and go to happening now, you can see it. You can see our live stream. So I'm gonna make it go black. I'm gonna be window capture.
996.
Of course, but first I need to show OBS.
Do you guys see the live stream? Okay. You can see it.
Okay. So here's a similar layout to what you saw in the presentation. If you have both Zoom and the live stream open, you can see both in parallel. So here we have our basic OBS. And yeah, so yeah, the mini feed is not supposed to be there. So just ignore that. It's for events. So we don't have to cover it. So I'm not going to cover it. It's just going to make things more complicated. But basically how it goes is covering the basics of scenes. So scenes are comprised of outputs. And this is the basic diagram for it. If you look at your Zoom call, you can see I made a small thing for output and a scene and a source. So sources comprise a scene, and scenes are taken by OBS and turned into an output to be live streamed or recorded. So in this case, I've set OBS as my source. So it will take OBS, it will throw it into a scene, the scene will be converted into the live stream, and you guys can see it. Okay, so that's why you can see what I'm seeing, and that's why there's this infinite recurring box over here, because that's the preview screen for OBS. It shows what OBS is showing to you guys, and it's showing OBS over and over again. So if I were to do something like switch to my showcase, where I basically select a new scene, this is like a completely new set of sources, basically. You can use some of your older sources from other scenes, but basically it allows you to change your scenes in real time, and you can it just changed right now. So there you go.
So Gerald, can I add something?
Yes.
So the scenes are, so when Gerald taught me this, I think one good application of scenes is if you see churches, right? You see them like go from a zoom in to a pastor speaking, to a zoom out of the praise and worship team, to a zoom in of the crowd, to a zoom in to a screen where you see the lyrics and then a small video there, and it's all done live and spontaneously, right, or simultaneously. Again, that is, they didn't scatter to do it, right? They created scenes out of that. So in this case, they created a scene for a zoom in of the pastor using camera 1, and then they created another scene that zoom out using another camera, maybe let's say camera 2, that's focused on the praise and worship team. And then they created a scene number 3 that's like maybe a PowerPoint with the lyrics, and then the small window of camera 3 of the praise and worship team. So they do that. They preset those 3 settings, or those 3 or more scenes. So what they do is, depending on which part of the worship service they are in, they just quickly choose the scenes. So, oh, the pastor is talking, so I'll click scene 1. So the layout is automatically done already. And then, oh, it's now time for praise and worship. I'll switch over to scene 2. So everything is ready and ready to broadcast. So that's the reason why there's scenes. That's the practical application of using scenes. Hope you got that.
I have a question, Jairel and Brother Joel. So,
Yeah.
with OBS, so these sources or scene, um, the, so here it's gotta be in one place, right? Like for example, in a church, physical worship, and the preacher is there. So you just have different cameras.
Yes.
Yes.
Then if we're doing it at different locations, so like right now, let's say preacher is here and then praise and worship is in another house,
Yeah.
and we need other platforms like Zoom combined with
Yes.
OBS in order to do this.
Yes.
Is that right?
Okay. So, um, um, should I go into sources more, or should I go for install?
No, go.
I think,
Okay. So,
yeah, let's do the basic.
okay. So sources. So sources are more than just webcam and camera capture. It also supports Windows capture. So um, a good example of what I mean is I can actually capture your cameras on Zoom and put it on OBS. So OBS can use them as a camera itself. So we can actually link the Zoom to your OBS, and I can set that up in a little bit. But I can show you guys that your faces can actually go on this live stream if you really want to, and it'll look really cool. And it works with not just Zoom; it works with browsers. You can play YouTube video on it if you want. You can play. You can go onto a website. You can show your PowerPoint presentation through it. So if your computer can see it, then OBS can show it basically. So that's one of the more important things to understand when it comes to sources.
So we can actually use like Facebook Messenger, right?
Yes.
If the video is better.
Yes. You
Yeah.
can do this over any video call you want. Google Hangouts. If you really want to, you can use Skype. It will still detect it, and it will work all the time, and it will show your screen, show your faces. It can even show single people, so I can just choose to show Pastor Lloyd instead of Pastor Sean. So I can just crop it out. I can move it to a corner of the display, and I will go over layouts later
So
once we're
yeah,
ready.
so Brother Lloyd, I think this gives us alternatives, right? Depending, we can play around with either Messenger or Skype,
Yeah.
whichever application can give us a more better rendering of video. We can use that, so we're not stuck to Zoom. In other words.
Okay. So before we continue, because I'm gonna start covering how to do recording and how to live stream, so you guys are gonna start interacting with OBS. I do want to cover the installation and the setup of OBS. So I'm gonna start by ending this live stream because I'm gonna uninstall this application so you guys can see. So the Zoom can screen share,
Yeah.
right?
So go upstairs, stop the share,
Okay.
and then go back to Zoom screen share again.
Saan?
Share screen, the green one,
Yeah. Okay.
and then
Screen one.
desktop.
Okay.
So it's a screen. Yeah.
Okay. So here's our presentation. We're gonna go over. So here's our Streamlabs site. This is where you download it. I'm gonna put this in chat for you guys.
Did you?
Yeah, it's not working again.
Maybe it's hidden somewhere. This camera somewhere here.
I think it's fine because they can just type that down
Okay.
because it's just
Oh, there you
streamlabs.com.
go.
There you go. Okay. So if you guys want to go to there right now, I'm gonna install it as well. So here. So you just click download. It's very easy. So installation is quite easy, very straightforward. And I've already downloaded it beforehand. So I can just install it. And tell me when you guys have it downloaded and ready to install. I'm not going to continue yet until you guys are here with me. This is what I'm seeing. So we'll keep going, and I'll stop until you guys can catch up to this. If you have Streamlabs installed already, definitely uninstall it, because if you did some accidental configurations, we want to probably undo that just in case you've done something that could break the stream.
Yeah, we got the Streamlab.
I-uninstall ko muna.
Okay. Is it done downloading for everybody? Is everybody ready to move on?
It's 200 megs, so it'll take.
Yeah. It'll take
Yep.
a little bit if you don't have it
Yeah,
downloaded.
we need a minute.
Yeah. Okay.
It says 27 minutes.
We need 27 minutes apparently.
Oh no.
Well, now it's 35.
Oh yeah, it's jumping all over the place. 35, 29, 42, yeah. So maybe we'll just continue and
Yeah.
review on the recorded version.
Yeah.
How about you, brother Lloyd?
Uh,
How's your
we
download?
got it. So right now,
Anong
Bibian actually installed it, and then right now it just finished.
Okay.
Okay.
Sister Susan, how about you? Are you on the desktop right now?
Yes, I'm good.
Okay.
Okay.
You got
So
the sis, right?
Yeah, I already got it installed.
okay. So I'm just gonna yeah, okay, so we have to leave. There you go. Okay, so I'm installing my OBS again. You guys can see my screen, right? Yes, okay. So after this finishes installing, we're simply gonna run it, and I'm gonna be creating a brand new account. So this is gonna be new for not just you guys, but for me too. It broke everything. I need to restart. Where is it? There you go. Oh,
Yeah,
where'd it go? There you go. Okay. There you go. Okay, so I'm restarting my Streamlabs because I've configured everything in advance and it saved that onto my computer. So I'm gonna be running it again. This time it's gonna be brand new. There you go. Okay, so everybody should see this. Can everybody see this? Okay, so we're gonna click Facebook because you guys are gonna be using Facebook as your platform, and then we're gonna be using another account because I don't want you to use. Actually, yeah. Well, I'll use my dad's account for this one. So log into your Facebook account. It'll prompt you to do it. Yeah. Okay. So it will prompt you to make a new page. So once you go through here, it will ask to make a new page, and you probably want to make a new page. So for Pastor Lloyd, you want to probably make like a Win Dallas page, a church page, and you want to configure that So it has the church name on it and what you guys do on there, as well as your address and information on about the church, so people can know about it. But
I
wait,
think the church has a different account. It has
yeah,
its own Win Dallas Facebook.
yeah. Do you guys have? If you guys have a Win Dallas Facebook, then you should definitely log into that one because that's where it's going to be taking place. It looks like I can't actually configure it there, so I'm going to have to make my own. Let's hope that I still have my account logged in. Nope. About this.
What's our phone number? 214-979-372. 9372. Where's your phone, Dan? I need to know. Where's your phone? I need your phone. The code. Hurry up. Phone. I need a code, Dan.
Okay, so I'm gonna make a really simple page here because I logged into a brand new account. This account is never live streamed before. It's my own personal account. So I'm gonna be creating a page. Cause is everybody with me right now? Everybody are on the right page here. Okay, so you can see here it lets you choose whatever you want. So I'm gonna make my page. I'm just gonna call it live streaming. Live streaming too. And right now, because I don't own a church organization or anything like that, I'm just helping you guys out. I'm gonna go under gamer because gamer doesn't ask for your personal information, but if you put in church there, so a Christian church, it will ask for a place, a location, and an address. So um I'm just gonna keep it gamer. I'm gonna leave the description empty. Oh wait, I do have to keep. Okay. Okay. There you go. Okay. So I made my page. It's creating it, and now I can reference it when I need to. And more importantly, I can search it up on Facebook to see if I'm live streaming or not. So I can use it as my own reference. So is everybody can see that everybody made their own page? You guys ready to move on?
Give them a few a
Yeah.
minute or two.
Okay.
They're too fast for them.
I am.
Can you give me a minute? Because I am trying to get my. I didn't get my password for my Facebook, so.
Oh, okay. That's fine.
Okay, it's okay, Susan.
Going super fast.
So these are important too, right? The
Yes,
categories.
they're definitely important. For I
You
like
can search your
yes, they
live
can
stream.
definitely search your live stream using these category tags. So if you're a church, for example, you'd probably want to put church there and then put your address and the information about your church there, as well as what you do and what faith, and as well as additional pictures so that they can't miss it. Um, so it yeah.
Can you have multiple pages per profile or just one live
I
stream
am
page?
not sure about that. If from the looks of it, you can only create one page at a time, per account. My laptop's coming today. My laptop's coming today.
Hey, Jarl.
What?
Did you say that once we get on the Connect page where we select Facebook or
Yeah,
YouTube
yeah,
or
yeah.
whatever?
You select Facebook. Yeah.
Okay. And then, or did you say we're supposed to select or create a separate page?
Yes. Create. Create. Yes. Create a separate page. If you already have a page, then you should definitely just select that one because there's some setup to making sure your page works. But if you create a page, I'm planning to walk through that too, so you guys know how to make
Oh,
your
okay.
own live stream and stuff like that. Yeah.
Okay.
So
So
hopefully by
log-
the end of the day, you guys can get a live stream working on your own pages on Facebook. So that's really the end goal here, so we can get everything set up for you.
Cool. So we're just supposed to log into our regular Facebook account then, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't have to create your church page yet. You can just use your personal one if you don't want to do all the setup yet. So for these purposes, we're just gonna be testing if you guys can live stream or not. So
Gotcha. What are we supposed to allow Streamlabs to do? Everything or?
yes, okay. So it's very important that Streamlabs can basically do everything for you, because a lot of the process with live streaming, there's a bunch of buttons you have to click, a bunch of settings you have to fix, but Streamlabs does all of that for you. So if you just allow it to do that, it will go ahead and do all of that for you.
Okay, finish proceed.
Yes, there's definitely a permissions that they will ask from you.
Oh, this one.
Yes. So
you're seeing this one,
does
right?
everybody see my screen? These are all the permissions it's gonna ask from you, from setting up a live stream for you to posting what its tags are. So is everybody caught up? I just want to make sure before I move on, because after this we're just gonna be checking.
Gerald already signed into the, because I have to recreate my password for Facebook. It says you don't have any pages yet. Create a page. I'm at that.
Yes, create a page.
Okay, gotcha. Thank you for
Just
waiting. Okay.
yeah.
And then what else? What do we go after that? So I got create the page.
Create the page, fill out that form.
Yeah, fill out that form, and if you want to put under tags or categories, you should put gamer, so you don't have to put in fill in your personal information, because we just want to get it live streaming working.
So we want the community,
Yes.
right? Community or public figure?
Select all I can.
Yes, community or public figure, yes.
Okay, gotcha. Okay.
Congratulations, everybody here will be celebrities. We will all be famous.
So Rosanna's page, I just any page, right?
Yes. Any name,
Category.
as long as you can search it up. As long as you can search it up, it's fine. And category, just put gamer. Just put gamer on, yeah. So we don't have to fill any extra information out.
Yeah, Sister Susan, you can change that later, like church, Christian, song, something like that. Any keywords.
Just use this for now, Kitty Bubble.
Okay.
So the name is invalid. Oh. So how do we name that? What's the naming convention for the page name?
No special characters?
Yeah, I don't think there's any special characters other than numbers allowed. So just you can name it. You can just name it your name if you want to. That way, it's easy to search for too.
Okay. Oh, it doesn't. It's not letting me.
If you want to collect donations.
You have a question?
No spaces.
Okay. So when we created the page,
Yeah.
we didn't see this. What is
Yeah, it's not
allowed
letting
to
me.
do?
Create the page, you go, I think you have to go back and select that page.
Yes.
And then this will show.
Yes. So go back, re-sign into your Facebook on Streamlabs, and it will show your page. If you're having trouble naming your page, it probably means it was already taken by another person. So try to change the name, or like reverse it, or add some numbers at the end.
Gotcha. I think I got it. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Okay.
And then I'm at the, okay, add a profile picture. Just skip all that.
Yes. You don't need the profile picture. You don't need anything like that. So, did everybody accept Streamlabs' permissions? Is everybody ready to move on?
We haven't.
Yeah. Okay.
This. So, so we have to go back to that page.
Yeah, so
We
close it. So once you make the page, close everything except for Streamlabs and ask Streamlabs to log in again on Facebook, and then your page will show up.
ah okay. All right, we're doing it right now.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
I'll just use this.
Has everyone reached this
Kitty
part
bubble.
here?
Oops.
The re-logging into Facebook? You good?
Everybody good?
Okay.
Not yet. Sorry.
Oh, not yet.
Okay,
So
okay.
we logged in.
So Gyrel, I log in, I close everything, and then I log in, but it didn't bring me to my page, the page that I just created a while ago. So it brought me to a
So it says continue as.
Yes. Yes.
Vivian. No, I
Click that. That's okay. Keep go. Yes.
And then click that page.
Ah,
Okay,
okay.
Yes.
we
Okay.
got it.
Cool.
Okay, let's move on.
Okay. So once you're there, just
Just retain all of this.
yes, keep it as it was. So let Streamlabs be able to use your page, and once you click OK on the final, you've linked now to Streamlabs on Facebook. It should close and you should be done. So yeah, you can close this. Yeah. I think you have to log in for a third time to make sure that yes. Okay, so you do have to log in. So after it says you've linked your Streamlabs to your account, you close that. It's gonna prompt you to put in your PayPal for tips and whatever like that. Just close it. You don't need to configure donations because we're not gonna be no, we're not gonna be asking for donations on our live stream. So simply close it, open up your Facebook again, and log in one more time, one last time, and then it should be ready to go after that.
Hey Gyro, I'm at the page that says welcome to Streamlabs. Do you do import or start fresh?
Start fresh.
Okay, got it. Thanks.
Ah, no, I messed it up again. Did you? What? Oh, I was using the wrong account. Yeah. Continue. There you go. Start fresh. Uh, I'll let you be the microphone, Dad. There you go. It's that microphone.
It's gonna echo.
Yeah, it is gonna echo. Okay, so it'll ask you to configure your webcam. It'll ask you to configure your microphone. Set all that up. You don't need either one to start a live stream. So if you don't want to, you don't have to. But if you want to test it out on your live stream, you definitely can just link it. It's very easy. And then once everybody's on the add a theme, tell me because I need to make sure that we're all on the same page here.
Okay, thumbs up for Brother Lloyd.
Okay.
Thumbs up for
Well, I'm already there. But I skipped it.
Oh,
okay.
you skipped it.
It's
Yeah.
fine.
No, it's okay. I just wanted to make sure everybody was on the same page here. So, are we ready to move on?
Brother Shane, you good? Okay.
Okay. So, we're gonna be skipping this page because we don't really need any of this fancy stuff. So, and basically we're gonna be skipping everything because it's all promotional material. So we're gonna be here. Here's our mini feed. Okay, it's gonna send us right back to where we were for Streamlabs. So this is where I was before, minus some configurations that I've made. We can start now. Yeah. Okay. So we should start with creating a new source. So we have a scene already made for us. So we just have to add a source to that scene. So you see this plus? Everybody can see this plus, the add a new source to your scene. This is to check if your live stream is working completely fine, and because we're gonna be checking each other's pages to make sure that the live stream works and you guys can get it set up and we can find it. So okay, so I'm gonna add a source. Okay, once everybody reaches this, we'll move on.
Just do a thumbs up if you're in the page.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Okay.
So, you see this text GDI plus? It's right on my screen. I'm just gonna click it and click add source. Okay, and it's gonna tell us to name this source. You can name it whatever you want. I'm gonna name it hello because that's what the text is going to say. And finally, just click add source one more time, and then it will give you this pop-up. Don't close the pop-up because we want to tell the text what we want it to say. Okay, and text will rarely ever be used in a live stream, but in this case, it's the fastest way to check if it works because we can see a really big hello text if our live stream is working.
Do hello world.
Yes, so I'm gonna do hello world here, and we want it to be really big text so it can be seen from a preview. So there you go. Done. So we have our hello world here. You can move it wherever you want. It doesn't really matter where you put it, but hello world, hello world. Tell me when you guys are there and you have the hello world on your preview screen.
Thumbs up for
Yeah.
Brother Shane.
Brother Lloyd. Okay.
Wait, I'm not there. Sorry.
Okay, it's okay.
Because I can't really see it. Okay, so I click the plus, right? Add a new
Yes.
source. Okay,
Yeah, click
and
the
then
plus. And then use text GDI plus.
text GDI. Where is that? Okay, got it. Text GDI.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
And then put a name.
Yeah.
Where do I type? Oh, anywhere there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's do it again first.
Yeah.
Okay.
Add a source. Oh no.
Okay, so when I hit the text GDI, where do I type? It doesn't.
Okay, so I'm gonna make a new one for you. The new source. Okay.
So here, to put the name first.
So please enter the name of the source. So we're simply just going to type its name in
That's
there.
the thing, I didn't get that part where it says that. I have this big screen with all the standard. It's a standard here. And then I hit text GDI, but I didn't get that window.
Hold on. Cancel it. Go to add again.
Okay, we're gonna go over this
Sorry.
again.
So if you click text GDI,
Yeah.
click ads, click that and then add source at the bottom.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Okay.
Okay.
And then type the whatever name of the text GDI.
Okay.
Yeah. And then once you click the add source, it will open its settings. And we're just gonna go to this text right here, and we're gonna type in hello world.
And you can change the font size,
Yeah.
the font itself, the colors, background.
Yeah. So that's all we really need to do. And then after that, all we have to go is click the go live button, and you guys can check if you guys are there, basically. So once we're all there, I'm gonna click go live, and we'll see if mine pops up.
So see Susan, you're good?
Yeah, I did all that, and I click go live, but it says Facebook page have not been found.
Okay, hold on. Let's go there. Okay, go live. You should see this.
Can everybody see this stream to Facebook? Darrell
Yeah.
Go. Well, not Darrell Go, but like with your name on it.
Brother Lloyd is okay. Shane is okay. Okay, Sister Susan, you don't see this?
I see it. I see stream to Facebook and then my name in it.
Yes.
Okay.
Click that. And once you click on it, you can title your live stream whatever you want. So I'm just gonna title it Hello World.
Yeah, mine says Facebook page have not been found on the side next to it. Okay.
Oh.
Maybe I'm not logged in.
You, you created a Facebook page, right? Sis?
Yeah, I did, but It's saying, I know. When I click go live, it says, no, Facebook, it says create a new one. Okay, no.
Yeah, you didn't.
It looks like you didn't make it or it didn't see it, so you're gonna have to make a new one.
Oh, so every time it doesn't, no, it doesn't detect the first one you created. You have to
You
create
just
every time.
no.
No, no.
You might not have saved the first one.
Yeah, you may have not saved it. You might have
Okay.
just closed it instead of saving it.
Okay, so just hit that one and create an login again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Your name.
Okay.
All right. So I'm at the gaming video creator. So I have to create a new one, or can I just type the one I created earlier?
Yeah, just type the one that you created
Okay.
earlier. You want to share her screen?
That I'm fine with that if you can.
Oh, it's not. It says please connect the. Okay, ba't ako nagkakaproblema?
Si Susan,
Yeah.
I'll stop sharing. Can you share your screen?
Yeah, so we can sort this out
Okay.
and
Yeah, that would be good. Sandali.
Technical support mode.
technical support.
Yeah, I need that. Sandali. Sorry. Let me share. So, that one. So I'm at that one right there. Can you guys see it?
Why is he in gaming video editor page?
I'm
See
not.
the game video creator page. Go okay, yeah, so it opened it through that. Okay, so you see that bold text that says go to your current page? So highlight over your page name again.
Okay.
And it says go to your current page. So if you just move your mouse right, you can highlight and select that.
Go to your current page.
The balloon on the right side. Click the bold one.
Okay.
Young Francis, click on the go to current page.
Go to current page.
In the red in the middle.
Oh, in the middle. Okay.
No. The balloon on the
Oh.
right. You see there's a balloon text, right?
Oh, this one.
No.
Oh.
Go back to your red.
Okay.
The Rosana 2020.
Yeah, yes, I'm there.
Yeah, you see there's on the right, there's a text on the right, right? That says go to your current page.
Yeah. Okay.
That.
Oh.
Where
Yeah, just click it and it will bring you to your page, basically. This will tell us if you've made your page properly or not.
Okay. So I clicked that. So it's right here.
Yeah. It looks like it was made
Okay.
right.
Okay, can you go back to OBS?
Yeah, can you go back to OBS for us?
To OBS. Okay. Nothing OBS. So here it is.
We can't see your OBS page. I
Oh.
think you just shared your Facebook. You
Yeah.
have to share your whole screen.
I need to share the OBS. New share? Okay, I'm gonna new share this. Okay, so can you
There
see
you
it?
go. Yeah.
Yes, we can see it.
So if you click go live.
Yeah, just click go live and we will see what it does.
Okay. That's what I'm getting.
We don't see it.
Oh, and then again,
You have to share your display one. So when you click screen share, choose display one so we can see your entire screen.
Display one? Okay.
There. Okay.
Need a Facebook page to stream on Facebook. Oh, it's because you probably use an underscore on your name.
Oh, yes. I created it with the
Because
underscore.
Yeah, because it doesn't like special characters. That's my guess. Because I never made one with any underscore or any dashes. It's
Oh,
just
okay,
numbers and letters. Yeah.
so I have to create a new one then.
Yeah, you have to make a new page and it has to have numbers and letters instead of underscore.
Oh, no underscore, but so I can use numbers though, right?
Yes, numbers and letters are okay.
Okay, very, very picky, huh? Rosanna. I put no underscore. So just do the gaming video creator. That's okay.
Yes.
Okay. So I'm creating a new
And
one.
then after you make your page, just close your OBS and open it again. So it will make you re-log in.
Okay. Skip. Skip.
Either way. If
Okay,
it
I'm
detects
putting it
either one,
on.
then it
Just
will
bear
be
with me, people. Sorry, my bad.
It's
Okay, I
okay.
created a new one. So I'm gonna close my OBS right after I
Yes.
create.
Close it, exit.
Okay.
And come back. Yeah.
Okay. Close the Streamlabs OBS.
Exit session. There you go.
Screen sharing stuff. So, and then log back into OBS.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't think you have to go through the setup anymore because you already set it all up. That setup you guys saw earlier was all one time. It should just go straight to the main page of OBS, which is all the sources and the scenes.
All right. So I'm at the OBS. I opened it. Where do I go now?
Can I?
Share your screen.
Yeah, can we see your
Share?
screen?
Okay. First share. Share. Screen share. So here it is.
You opened the wrong OBS. That is regular OBS. We want to use Streamlabs OBS.
How do I get back to that?
So if you press your Windows key, you can search up Streamlabs OBS.
It's a green logo.
Yeah, it's the one with the green logo.
Gerald,
Yes.
is this Streamlab OBS? Is it the same as the XSplit broadcaster? Because
No, they are not the same.
okay, so I actually purchased XSplit broadcaster a few months back, and I've been trying to fiddle around with it.
Better?
But
No,
when
I
I
wouldn't
just
say.
I just downloaded Streamlab OBS though, but it seems as if they're somehow connected or something. I don't know.
So if it uses something similar to what OBS uses, you can actually import your settings from there into Streamlabs OBS, and that's why they might be connected. I've never used that
Okay.
software you're talking about before, so I couldn't say for certain whether they would connect or not.
Yeah, it was kind of complicated. That's why I was kind of discouraged
Yeah.
from proceeding with that.
Yeah, Streamlabs OBS has a much easier to look at interface. So that's why I wanted you guys to learn this one. So it doesn't look like it isn't so scary to look at basically.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Sister Susan, I think you're good. It's already set up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't need to go. You don't need to add the text GDI. It already has it.
Yeah, it's already in there in the black
Can you
box.
click go live?
Yeah. We can't see your window.
So
Does it still say the same thing?
yeah, it's just saying the same thing when I hit go live. Let me share it one more time.
Facebook might have some connectivity.
Yeah, we'll just if it doesn't work, we'll just do it offline.
Yeah, we'll do it offline.
So that's what I'm getting still. The page had not been found for some reason.
It's not.
Yeah, it's not linked properly. Okay. We're probably gonna have to move on, but you can do offline. So you can do recording.
Okay.
You can do recording. You don't have to do live streaming. We'll record just to make sure that your output is being created and you're making your sources correctly. So I'm gonna go live first, and yeah, okay. So I'm gonna make a new one. So I'm gonna name it, and you can choose any game tag you want. I'm just gonna choose Unreal because that's what I used to do that a lot. And then I'm making it so it's gonna tell working on your live stream, and then there you're live. So it will tell you right here if you're live. It will show you how many viewers you have, and you can still make changes to your screen, and it will show on your live stream. So I'm gonna go to my Facebook right here, and I'm gonna search up live streaming.
Okay.
Jairel, can you share your screen, please?
Oh yes, okay, sorry. There you go. Okay, so
Oh, hold on. Go back to
yeah,
OBS.
okay. So
Can you end stream?
yeah, okay. I'll restart the stream. So I
Type in.
I added this. So that's the name of my stream, and then I chose any game, any game you want. I just put Unreal because
Is that
we're
required?
yeah, no, it is required because you're a gamer, so it wants you to play a game. Um, I'm gonna go live. Oh no. Oh yeah, okay. I know I did that. I was live streaming two live streams at the same time, so it didn't like that. So there you go. We should be good now.
So did you guys see this?
Yes,
Able to live stream?
there you go.
Okay. Then tell them how to check.
So if you go on Facebook and you search up live streaming, my name is live streaming too, and I just made my account, so we're gonna have to search for it here. Um,
You can go to your page, right?
I it
Live
usually
streaming too.
where?
No, that's not yours.
Yeah, that's not mine. Huh. It usually showed up here. Oh, maybe.
That's mine.
Oh yeah, because I'm on my dad's account. Okay, that explains why. Okay, so yeah, you log into your own account so you can see your page.
You have one. It's called Nobelium.
That's my other businessy account. Oh, look at that. Live streaming too. There you go. So as you can see here, we have our live stream here of Hello World. Everybody can see that, right?
Can you guys see your streams?
Yeah.
Okay.
So if I go over here to my Streamlabs OBS and I, let's say, move my Hello World. So if you just go over the text and you can select and drag it anywhere in the box you want, it should show up over here. So if we refresh, yeah, see, look, you can see it as my text is moving on my screen. There's around 2 to 5 seconds of delay depending on your internet. I'm on a call right now, so the delay is gonna be a little bit bigger. So I'm just gonna move it back into the center, and then you guys can see the delay for yourselves. We're gonna be talking about how delay works on your live streams later. Its technical term is latency. We're gonna cover that. So once
I,
everybody gets their live streams ready, we can move on in the presentation, and I can show you guys how.
I think Brother Lloyd might
Yeah.
have a question.
Yeah.
Jairel, we haven't seen our live stream yet on Facebook, so we already um, clicked the live stream, but couldn't see it on the Facebook.
Can
Okay.
you share your screen, Brother Lloyd?
Okay. So right here, if you look at my screen, do you see anything similar to this on your screen? This is my homepage on Facebook, basically.
How do I go there?
Oh,
It's just
okay.
your homepage.
Yeah, this is your homepage. If you onto the right, you should have lives your pages basically. If you if you're seeing something different, you should share your screen because I'm sure that we're using different themes.
Okay.
Yeah, on my right side, I see
So
my Facebook.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, you can share.
my the our OBS is in another computer that didn't use Zoom.
Oh no. Ah, okay.
So
Ah.
I see my Facebook account. So where do I click to?
Homepage. Is it homepage?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah, we are in the no, not here, but we have to go to our homepage where when you first open
Home.
Facebook, it's the first thing
This
you
one.
see. Yes.
Okay.
Just click your home icon.
Yeah.
click home.
Okay, sandali.
Yeah. And then if you look to the left, you can even see pages, and then you can see your working pages.
Okay, I see it. Just a minute.
Okay, and if
Okay.
you're
Yeah.
live streaming, it will show that you're live streaming.
Okay. Yeah. We got it.
You got it?
Okay, you got it. Is everybody good?
Yep. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Let's proceed.
So everybody stop your live streams because we don't want you guys to waste internet or anything like that. We're gonna move on with our presentation. We just wanted to make sure that whether if it worked or not on your computer. So back to our presentation. I'm gonna go share my screen again.
We're gonna do the cool stuff later.
We're gonna do all the cool stuff for layouts later. We're gonna make you guys your own custom thing. So here we are on our OBS, and so we'll cover the basics of outputs. So when your sources combined, it makes a scene. Just to review, your output is what goes directly onto your screen that you're seeing. So that black screen on top of your OBS is your output. It's the culmination of all of your sources in your scene, and you can switch scenes as you wish if you have multiple scenes. And we'll cover how the very basics of live streaming and how it works and what you guys just did to get your live stream out into the public. Okay, so how it works is it takes your output, sends it over to their platform, so their platform backend. You don't really need to know much about that, but more importantly, it takes your stream key and links it to your platform account. This is important for you guys to know because one of the most common errors you can face when you're live streaming is your stream key not properly working. So this stream key is a very long string of letters and numbers that tell the platform that you are you, basically. I have my own, you guys have your own, and you shouldn't share it. It's like your social security number but online. And it will let you live stream from anywhere as long as you have that stream key. And if you go to your Facebook account or your Facebook page, you can specifically ask for your stream key. I can actually cover that right now. So here. So here's my page right here, if you can see my screen. And if I scroll down, yeah, if I click live here, it will show me my live. And then if you can see here, it lets you use your camera in paired encoder. Ignore this for now. This won't be covered. But more importantly, it'll ask us to use our stream key. And if you use regular OBS, my stream key is right here. And I can't show it to you guys, of course, because it's my personal, basically, social security number. But if you click this, it will show your stream key. And yeah, basically that's it. And you can plug that in. It will ask you if you're on regular OBS to plug that in. And yeah, that's basically it. Once it links your stream key to your platform account, it will just send the live stream out and boom, everything's done. It's just that simple. The only way it could fail is if you don't have your stream key. And I have it right here for if you guys need to remember, if you guys want to take this presentation. And recording is even simpler than that. It just takes your output and directly turns it into a file you can store onto your computer. It's super easy. There used to be an extra step, but it's become much simpler since. So I'm not going to cover it that much. All you need to know is on your OBS, your recording button is right here. You can try it out if you want. If you get any errors, I can address them. So it's to the left of your go live. It's just REC in red. If you guys want to, you can try that now. I can give you some time to try that. It should save to your videos. So if you have a videos folder in your file manager, it should just automatically go there because that's its default. Some people have issues. So if you have a computer that runs a special graphics card or you have a special CPU, you're gonna receive an error. I can cover that for you. Mine did because I have a special GPU and I'm trying to do a lot of math to try to get it to work. So, is everybody good? Okay. Um, okay, so we'll move on with our presentation since you guys are all good. So we're gonna be covering layouts now. So layouts and some extra tips and tricks when it comes to just getting your live stream out, getting it ready, getting it done. So we'll cover basic latency first. So latency is delay in milliseconds. So in between two sources. So let's say you have a video and its audio is out of sync. It's 100 milliseconds behind, basically. That's latency. That 100 milliseconds it's behind. I actually, in fact, have a video here of me and my dad messing with latency, and my dad actually accidentally broke our latency. So it was entire seconds off from what she was from what was being said. So I can play these two videos. Let's see if this works. Can you guys hear the audio for this? No? Okay. Wait. Okay. Audio. How do I get audio? How do you get audio working on Zoom?
Why?
Because I want to play the audio of these so I can show them the latency of the videos.
Just play it.
No, they can't hear the audio.
Yeah, I think right now the audio, the sound is like connected through your headphone. So
Yeah, I think it's. Give me a second.
we can only hear, sound from
Here.
coming to the headphone.
Oh,
Same
okay.
as system.
Okay. I know why. Okay. There. Can you guys hear this? No.
No, it's here. Go back. No. Oh, it's.
It's because we were muted.
Can you
hear that now? You can hear it? Yeah, you guys can hear it? Okay. So, if we play this video, you can see that this first one have some issues with its latency. And if I play this second one, we align those latency issues. Is that the right one? Okay. So that's what it looks like to have a wrong latency and a right latency. The point I'm trying to say here is that latency is a universal issue with live streaming, and it varies for every single computer. So I'm going to be covering to how you
guys can fix that. But again, we cover premeditated content. So on the fly changes like moving your camera down or changing the size of your screen on a live stream will break the illusion of the professional look that you're trying to go for. So it's imperative that when you live stream, you have everything ready, and for basically every situation that you're planning in advance, it's basically you're planning a movie ahead of time, basically. And you don't want that to be you don't want it to change, because if it changes last minute, then everything will look off or something will look wrong with it. So it's important that you guys think hard about when you want to actually create a professional live stream, because most of the time it will never change after you set it. So the setup is definitely the most important part. So now that we're basically done with this presentation, I want to cover the rest of it on OBS. So right here, I'm going to start setting up some extra stuff here. So I'm going to create a layout for you guys, an example layout of how everything should go. So if you guys want to tinker with your OBS for now, I'm going to be creating this, and you guys can go poke and prod around with the software.
So you're
Yes.
using
So this entire
display
section of the ad source is unneeded for you guys right now, because this is for Streamlabs' own windows and widgets, which we won't be utilizing in this tutorial, basically. So I'm gonna go for a basic.
So can you quickly explain most of these?
Okay. So yes, actually yes, I will go. I'll quickly explain all of these different sources. So on my screen, we can start with image. This is just a simple basic image. It will ask you to open image file. So any background you want, you can throw it on. So in fact, I'll do that right now. Do I have anything? I should have some pictures.
That's a low res.
Yeah. We can do something. Yeah, something like this. Okay. So right here we have our space background we want for our live stream. Yes. So this is an important part. You can left click it to move it around, and you see these boxes on the corners. You can grow and shrink it to your size.
Hi, Jairo.
So I'm. But
Okay, going back to adding the image, how did you do that? So
okay, so I will delete this image so I can show you guys again. So right here we have our standard and our widget. It's the very first thing that you see when you open up your sources. Yes.
And then click add source.
And then click add source once you select your image. And then you can name it whatever you want. I'm gonna name it background because it's gonna be the background for mine. And then it's gonna show this settings for image. Is everybody here?
Allow you to browse for a file.
Yes, so if you click browse, you can search for a file, any image that you have on your computer. Yeah, okay. And then when you click done, it'll just be on your preview window. You can drag it, you can resize it however you want. These white squares can tell you what size you want to resize. So in this case, I'm going to shrink it down to the point where you guys can see the entire wallpaper, because this wallpaper is very big. Right here. So here's my wallpaper right here. Yeah, so there you go. And now I want to add something like my screen. So we're gonna go click the plus button again, and then we're going to do display capture. Okay, can everybody see display capture under sources? Yeah. Actually, because these aren't used.
Browser?
Yeah, browser source and image slideshow.
YouTube, right? No.
It's not how it works. It's for interfacing with an API, basically.
Okay. Sorry, babe.
Yeah. So the next, so I'll just cover all the usable ones. So we're gonna use image, display capture, game capture, audio input, media source, text GDI, window capture, video capture, and audio output capture are all the ones that are usually ever used on live stream. Everything else is usually remains completely just there for looks, and they won't be ever used. So next, I'm gonna move on to display capture. I'm gonna be covering how to use everything one at a time. So I'm gonna click display capture, and I'm gonna click add to source, and then we can name it whatever you want. I'm just gonna call it display. And then right there, you can see it's showing my display.
So right now you see 3. So go to the drop down.
Yeah.
So you can see 3 here because he has 3 monitors.
Yes. So it will try to detect all of your screens if you have multiple screens. I have 3, so it will detect 3. I'm gonna choose this one so you guys can see yourselves on my live stream. Okay, and then my background right here is right behind this. So I can grow and shrink this. I can move it around.
So okay, try to trim just the picture.
Okay. So we'll do video cropping and video trimming later. I just want to show them all of the different things they can add. So right now you guys can see yourself. You can see this background. So another important thing I want to teach you guys is layers. So right now you can see in my sources, my display is above my background, but I can grab this, I can drag it, and I can put it over my display, and now my display is gone because it's underneath my wallpaper. So there's a layer of windows here, layers of sources. And if I drag this display back over the background, you can see it again. Everybody understand that? Okay. So if I go again, I'm gonna make another source. Okay. I want to do audio input capture. So I'm gonna go click that, add source. I'm just gonna do audio input. I'm gonna keep it unnamed. And basically what this does is it captures your microphone. So if you have multiple microphones or you have one microphone that isn't being detected, you can click this and you can go through all of your microphones. I have 4 on my computer, but mine's already being detected right down here. As you can see, when I talk, it goes up. So that's how you can see your audio mixer will tell you what audio is outputting on your live stream. So let's say I mute this. As you can see, the bar is no longer moving. That means there's not going to be any audio in my live stream. Okay, everybody good with that? I'm going to unmute it so it can be used again as an audio source. Yes. So I'm going to delete this because I don't need it. If you don't see these bars moving and they're both unmuted, that means you probably want to have it a new audio input captured. So here's the difference between my desktop audio here and my mic slash aux is this is a plugged in microphone and this is what my desktop is hearing. So if I play a YouTube video, it's gonna play on desktop audio and everybody can hear that YouTube video, basically. So everybody who's watching my live stream is gonna hear and see that YouTube video since it's displaying on my output and it's playing on my desktop audio. Now I can volume that down if I want to so they can't hear it, or I can volume it up if they can't hear enough. But microphone and auxiliary is only for plugged in microphones or plugged in external audio devices, basically. So if you want to have a piano plugged in, it will work with that. If you want to have drums or a bass, it will detect that. And basically you can individually control all of that.
So hold on.
Yeah, okay. You want to start?
So for those like for Sister Susan and Vivian, right? Those who are trying to doing singing during and recording, right? So what you guys have to do is you probably in most cases will use like a YouTube for your audio background music, right? So that's what you use for desktop audio. So you have to enable that YouTube audio. So people can hear the background music from YouTube. And then if you plug in a mic like what I'm doing right now, right? I have this headset, or you can have a mic that you can plug in directly to your computer. You have to enable that too. So if you enable these two, it will give you a complete experience from an audio perspective. They'll hear the background and they'll hear your microphone. And then try to record it so you know what the balance is. Sometimes the background music is too soft, your voice is too loud, so you have to adjust the volume here. So that's what you play around with. So that's the reason why it's you have to do this prior to the actual recording or the live, so you can hear if the balance of the sound between your voice and the background music is just right. Does that make sense, Sister Susan? And for
Yeah.
Vivian, that's applicable for both of you.
Okay.
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 All right, thanks.
So yeah, so Pastor Gordon, that's what we in terms of church setup. that's important. So typically the sound, when you capture sound just via speaker, right? So for example, I use the desktop microphone and I just play a piano and I sing a song. That's external. Like I have a different speaker and I just use that passive speaker to record the sound. It will not sound good. That's why you hear it's like muffled, it's not clear because it's a secondary passive recording. So that's why the best way to capture audio that it will get like the actual instrument or your actual voice captured from it is if you directly plug your mixer to your computer. And that's what we did last time when we practiced at church. Can you go back to your PowerPoint? So this is what we did last time, right? We have this mixer at church. So there's an output at the back. So what we did is we plugged in the output of this mixer directly to the audio jack of the computer, the microphone in of the computer. So that's why,
Microphone
y-
in.
yeah. So yeah, Pastor. So if you have this mixer at church too, I'm not sure if you have one,
I actually
but
have a smaller one, but I was wondering how to kind of hook up the large one from that the
yeah,
that
the
the worship team
get
uses.
the red thing. Get the red thing. Yung red na jack. Yung plug natin, yung 3.5 mm to, is it there?
Don't you need a an audio interface to do that, bro?
No need, Pastor. So usually yung these mixers po has there's always
The
what do you
newer
call,
ones, right? The newer
yeah.
ones they have
No,
a
even
US.
even the old ones. The ones that
Really?
we have in church is an old one. Um you if you look at the back, you should see, I'm not sure if you can see this, right? You'll see an output like this at the back of the mixer, right? And it says it's gonna say output.
Oh, okay.
It's gonna say output. All mixers should have that. I haven't encountered a mixer that doesn't have it. But what you do is you
Okay, give me
buy
a
a
few seconds.
yeah, you buy a
Just go
jack.
ahead. Just keep talking. I can
Yeah,
hear you.
you
I can hear.
yeah you it's not here. Is it in one of those? You just showed me yesterday, unless you used it. Hala? Okay. So anyway, so yeah, Pastor, there's a converter that kasi our computers use a small plug, right? Yung headset na plug. It's called the 3.5 mm jack. That's the name of the plug that the computer uses. The problem is the mixer, the usual output for the mixer is the big one, the big plug, the one that
Mm.
you usually see in the microphones. I think it's called a 1/3 inch plug, or no, sorry, it's a quarter of an inch plug, if I'm not mistaken. It's a quarter of an inch. So you just go to Amazon, buy a plug that converts a 0.25 inch to a 3.5 millimeter plug. So and then it's both male. Exactly like that, Pastor. Exactly. So you just plug one side of it in your output mix in the mixer output, and then the other side of it you just plug into your audio in plug in your computer, and that should do the trick. It should capture whatever your mixer captures.
The problem sometimes, bro, is sometimes the computers, the newer ones, they don't have this audio in using the TRRS. Sometimes they have the USB. So it's difficult
Oh, so that's why. So if that's the
to
case,
to
Pastor,
transfer the the.
no, yeah, Pastor, what you can do with that is, I think the church can just buy an audio card. Again, it's less than $50. You just plug it into your motherboard, sa computer, and it should allow you to plug it in. So that is my recommendation, because I think
Okay. Yeah.
90% of the computer by default, at least the one that I've worked with, usually has an audio jack either at the back or at the front. If it doesn't, maybe it was custom that way, but usually even the motherboards have it. But again, if it's not working, or if there's nothing like that, you can just buy a 30-40 dollar audio card that I can give you recommendations. Plug it
Opo,
into
sige
your
po.
motherboard.
Yeah.
Yep, and then it should work, Pastor. That's the best way to do it. Kasi if you the USB, I don't think there's a conversion, right?
Yeah. But
There's a lot of
fortunately, the
loss.
one that I'm using for my for my regular preaching, this I have a small what's this? I have a small um, mixer. It
Yeah.
does have a USB connection which connects to my computer.
Ah,
So
okay.
that's
So
why I can
maybe
connect
that
it to
won't
my
work.
computer, my digital
Okay,
connection. Yeah. So,
perfect. Yep. So the bigger
but the
ones
bigger
usually,
one that I have, it doesn't have that USB
yeah,
connection. So,
yeah. So ganun na lang. So just that's the best way to do it, Pastor. Just use plug audio card to have it in.
okay. Yeah.
So yep. So again, Pastor Gordon, again, this is just a session for in particular to this, but if your team needs help, let's say if they're already in the church and they're trying to configure it, we can do another live stream to maybe help the team out when they try to configure it live, and we'll
Yeah.
try our best to help them remotely if you need another session for that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. One other question, bro. No, this the camera. I noticed that some that you can use an actual DSLR camera to
Yes.
record video, right?
Yes.
But you just need also a video interface, right, to interface it with your computer, right?
Correct. So so I've read through a lot of this, and can you open the PowerPoint that I sent you? Did you save it? So Pastor Tupoy, I think this is what you recommended before, right? The Elgato Cam Link
Yeah,
for
that was the
the
one that was recommended by New Jersey, the
Yep.
New Jersey
So
people.
I've read through this one, and again, Brother Lloyd, this is something that I was going to recommend for our church.
Mhm.
So this Elgato Cam Link, so what it does is it actually converts your video
Mm.
into something that can be streamed directly to your computer. And again, it doesn't have to be an actual handycam. It can be a DSLR, to Pastor's point. But I've gone through and I've read through some of the reviews, and the best one that I would recommend to use for our church setting is this, a Canon Vixia HR 800. It's a handycam. It's priced just right, 249. It's not that bad. And again, from my perspective, this is the best way to handle it. So if you do a live stream like this, using the Elgato and then a long cable, right? It's a HDMI, micro HDMI to HDMI. It should be able to do the things that we need to do. It has a zoom. If we need to zoom to the pastor when they're talking, or the elders, etc. So this setup is what I'm sort of eyeing for when we start doing our live streaming or even recording. This will give us the most optimized and the most stable way to do it.
Question, Brother Joel. Have you seen this? Have you actually seen this Elgato Cam Link? Is the connection HDMI or is it USB?
It's HDMI.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, it's HDMI
That one, yeah, that
to
one.
you. This one is USB.
Yes, but the one the cable that connects to the Elgato Cam Link, that's it HDMI.
Yes.
Okay.
This portion here, Pastor, the one connecting to the Elgato is HDMI. But the other side of it, the one on the
Mini
camera side is
HDMI, yeah.
mini. Yes.
Yeah, the micro HDMI, yeah.
Yep. You
Okay.
just have to buy a long cable for it, a bit longer, I would suppose, so it will reach your camera at the front or the camera stand.
But this only transmits the video, right? Not the audio. So the audio will have to be connected separately
Yes.
from the camera.
Well, I believe it does both if you want the option to do audio and video. But the problem there is, Pastor Gordon, I would not recommend using the audio for this
Mm,
because again it's the same problem. It's going to be a passive audio recording. It's going to use the mic that's built into the handycam.
yes.
The Again, still the very very best way to capture audio is through your mixer.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
the clearest way to do it.
So it
So
will
that's
have to
why,
be
yeah.
transmitted separately
Yes.
into
Yes.
the mixer and into your
Yep.
computer. Okay,
Yep.
gotcha. Thank you.
Yep. Oh, okay. Let's go back to this. I'm sorry, Jairel. Okay, go ahead.
Oh, it is back to me. Okay, so we're almost done. There's only a few more things left I have to teach you guys how to do. So first of all, let's start with, this is for me because I have you guys right here on my display and you guys are just here in the camera. But Brother Lloyd, is it okay if I use you as our camera of choice? Okay. The most handsome. So, I think it's, yes, okay. So if you hold your Alt key and you left click and try to resize, instead of resizing, it will crop. So right here, I'm going to crop it till it's only Brother Lloyd into this display. And then I will let go of my Alt key and I will resize. So right now, all we can see is Brother Lloyd and he looks like he's controlling my computer right now. What?
Oh, you have to remove this separately.
Yeah. So as you can see right here, this is the standard streaming setup right here. The display, the basic display, and then the camera. So this is what's been decided as basically optimal by game streamers. I don't know if it specifically really applies to church streaming, but this is the layout I've always used. And actually, in fact, I can change this right now to go to display 1, and then you can see, oh, okay, so that broke. Okay, so let me redo this. There you go. There you go. Okay, so we're gonna be making a new display capture, and then yes, you guys won't see it, but I'm making a new display capture right here. And this time it's gonna be my first screen. So now that when I shrink it and drag it below Brother Lloyd here, there you go. So now you can see yourself on the stream. And if I move this out, now it looks like you're doing a presentation. So that covers the basics of layout. You can add your own text. So I can say, I can add some text here. And I can bring back that hello world from last time. There you go. So right here. And then all I have to do is when I live stream, so I can go on my live stream right here and I can click go live. it will automatically save everything. So if I close my Streamlabs right now, it will save this layout. So when I open it back up, and Brother Lloyd is already here, we can watch him again without having to do any more layout. The layout will be like this until you've changed it. So if we go on the stream and we go back home and we go to my live stream. Uh uh I am that usually doesn't happen. There you go. Oh, it's already streaming. Okay, so I have to close my Streamlabs. So that error is a very common error. It happens when you're trying to stream twice in the same account. So it will say, "Oh, you can't do that." So it's telling you to log out and log back in.
It's already the settings were saved.
Yeah, so I closed my Streamlabs, I opened it, and as you can see on my screen, it's exactly the same as it was before. So I'm gonna go live one more time. Let's hope this time. Could not access, please log. Okay. It is being mean. Okay, there you go. There you go. Okay. Then hopefully, now that I am live, I should be able to see that. There you go. So I will show you guys right now. This is the live stream that everybody can see. You can see Brother Lloyd is on our live stream. And if you join this link right here, you can watch him with us, and you can join us in the live stream. So yeah, that covers all of the basics. I want to add another scene for you guys, so you guys can see how to switch scenes. So this time I'm going to be clicking this plus right here on this and the left side instead of in the sources box. I'm gonna click a new scene. I'm gonna call this scene 2. Okay.
What's the difference between a scene and a source?
Okay, so I will show you guys this now. So as you can see in scene, just regular scene, there's all these 4 things, right? There's these 4, my background, Brother Lloyd, and the text. If I go to scene 2, you can see it's completely black because there's no sources here. So if what I do is if I add, let's say, another display capture here, I can instead just capture this with this by itself. And let's say I want to switch from showing Streamlabs to showing Brother Lloyd. I can do this and I can go back, and it's basically seamless. It's a seamless cut between 2 scenes basically. And what I can do actually is I can shrink this again, and then I can add another display. Pastor Gordon, okay.
That's going to ruin your day.
So I will hold Alt again and I will resize it. Hello, Engel, you're on camera. And then I just resize you, and then just like that, you're on the call. You are the live streamer. You are in charge. And if you want to switch from Pastor Gordon to Brother Lloyd, you can just click scene 1, and then we're back here. And then we can go back to Pastor Gordon, back onto the live stream.
Okay.
That's how scenes work. So it's all, you can all configure it in advance, and that's how you can do it. So instead of having,
basically, a scene is a collection of these different sources.
yes. So even in the presentation, I can show you guys that sources go all into a single scene, and that scene is sent as an output. So if you can switch
Okay.
scenes, you can switch your output basically. And you can have this for your lyrics if you want to have lyrics in the song. If you, yeah, so yeah.
Oh,
So
additional question, Gerald.
yes.
How about you can you click the add source?
Okay.
The audio input capture can is that also uh, can you add also some pre-recorded music on your computer to
So
provide as a
if you want,
background or
yeah,
something?
so if you want to add background music like a YouTube video or a MP3 file or a song that you've already downloaded, you can choose audio output capture
Oh,
instead of audio
output.
input capture, audio output capture. So what I can do
Oh,
is when I add that, I can name it as music, and then I can add it. Um, so right here, you can see there's in the audio mixer, there's a new volume called music.
okay.
Everybody can
So
see that, right?
so
Yes.
how do you look for the music in your computer, for example? How do you
Okay.
search for it?
So yeah, so I can show you guys. So let's say I want to play YouTube video, and I just go to YouTube and I go to what song do you want? So if I go live right now and I play this, you guys will be able to hear this music basically because it's taking the output from my computer, so the audio output. So in this case, this YouTube video, and it will play it back. So what I can actually do in addition to having this music playing, so you can see, if I stop talking, it's still gonna go. So you see this bar because it's singing right now, and you can see it right here. The YouTube video is playing and it's playing the song. So what I can do is I can actually add a new source. So this is a new thing I'm gonna teach you guys. So there's this thing called window capture right here. You guys can see this. It's in the very middle in the right second column. You click it, and then I can add this, and I can call this video. And then it will let you choose any window that's open. So in this case, I can choose this, and then just like that, I have this video playing on my output. I can crop it
Oh,
so I can hold Alt and I can resize it like this so you can just see the video. And then I can play it right here. So if I go live right now, if you guys want me to go live, I can go live right now and you guys can hear this song that's playing because I have it under music capture right here.
mm.
Do you guys have any more questions? Anything else you guys want to do? Want to try to do?
Um,
So yeah, go ahead, Brother Lloyd.
okay. So, Brother Joel, those streaming gadgets that you showed me, let's do it. Just let me know what are the ones that you need, so we
Okay,
can buy them. Search.
okay, Brother Lloyd.
Um,
I'll send it across.
okay. And for this Sunday, we're gonna do Zoom tomorrow, but then can we try this OBS sometime?
Ah,
I don't know if it's the following week or the week after.
sure.
But I'm gonna need Gyral's help.
Yes.
To
Yeah,
start.
we'll do a rundown the service after next or after this Sunday.
Mhm.
Maybe Brother Lloyd, we can schedule something on Saturday to do a dry run.
Yeah, that sounds good.
I would suggest that you pre-record it first instead of just going live because going live is more complicated.
Including the preaching, pastor preaching,
Yeah,
and like exhortation.
yeah,
Okay.
just do pre-record everything so that it will be, if you make a mistake, you can go over and just
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. For
do
the
it again.
next Sunday, the following Sunday.
Yeah. until you get more comfortable doing it, then once you're comfortable, then go for live.
Okay.
Yep.
It's
Um,
just a suggestion. That's really up to you if you
Yeah.
want to do.
Yeah, I think we'll go in phases. So that's phase one and phase two, just like the COVID-19 opening.
yep. So, just an FYI, the one that I did for Sister Vivian, the one with the lyrics, right? That's recorded. Have you taught them the recorded piece of it? How to record?
Yeah, it's as simple as just hitting the record button and then hitting it again when you're done.
Okay. So what I did there, so Sister Vivian and Sister Susan, you guys can want to take a crack at it, right? So
Okay.
once you record your video, right? So you record your video separately. Once you record your video, you can play that video and just do what Jairil did here, right? So he did a PowerPoint, and you can do the lyrics.
Separately.
Yeah. So I'll delete this. Can you do Windows
So we will do a
Window
new window here.
capture? Okay, and then choose that, and then do the crop thing.
Usually for this, you'd probably want to full screen, but this is wrapping is usually
No, actually, it's okay. It's okay. So what I did was I'll insert the video here, right? So the one that I got from YouTube, Vivs, if you remember, you got a YouTube video, right? So remember how Jairil did the screen a while ago, the one that the YouTube is playing. I did that. So what I did was I just imagine that, and instead of Brother Lloyd, that video, and then what I did was while your video is playing, I put in the lyrics here, right? So let's say I add a new slide, right? So let's say lyrics, okay, like line one, line two, line three, right? Just imagine this as the lyrics, right? So while you're singing, I just click on this. I just click on, so if you, this one, this lyric one, and then when you're in line two, I just click this, and then I just click this. So you can see it's like already the one, it's like a video, okay, right? You see the lines changing as you sing. So I just click it that way and just record all of that scene. Second, as a second way to do it. So while your video is playing, I record it, right? And then I just go through the slides one at a time as you sing. So that's how I recorded your session. And then I just added a logo. Remember, we can add an image. So I just added the logo of Dallas at the bottom left portion, and it looks professional, right? The one that Jairil showed you a while ago. So that's how easy it is. It took me maybe 10 minutes to do all of that. So obviously, you just have to create a PowerPoint, decide the background, put the lyrics, right? That's all the groundwork that you're gonna do. After you do that, just again do the layout, and once you do the layout, you just record yourself singing. After you record yourself singing, maybe put it in YouTube or play the video, capture it, do the PowerPoint, record the PowerPoint and the video simultaneously, and scroll through the lyrics, and voila, you get a professional looking video. And then you can use that and give it to Brother Lloyd, so he can just stream it the same way. So you can see there's a lot of layering, right? First layer is you create your plain singing video. The next layer is preparing for the PowerPoint with the lyrics. The third layer is recording all of that together, the video and the lyrics. The fourth layer is you give it to Brother Lloyd. So as he streams using OBS, he'll be able to use that recording to stream live it or live stream it. So it's a bit it's a bit tedious from that perspective, but that's the secret behind it. It's nothing too complicated. It's just a series of recordings that you have to do one on top of the other as you put more elements to it. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. So it's already, I think, 12 past 12, 10 past 12. So I just wanted to check if you guys have any other questions or concerns before we end the training. Hope it was useful.
Uh, Brother Joel, the image capture can capture anything instead of just, for example, like PowerPoint. Can it capture Premiere, Adobe Premiere, or Premiere Rush, or?
Anything. So, Pastor Gordon, the one that you want to use is display. So, there's
Oh,
two
okay.
things. One is display, one is window. When you say display capture, it displays your whole desktop. So, whatever you see in your desktop, regardless of the application, it's agnostic to the application. You can
Oh,
see
okay.
it. If you want to try
Windows.
window capture, that means it's a specific window in your desktop. So for example, I'm
Oh,
playing
okay.
a YouTube video in my browser and I only want the YouTube video to be seen, not my whole desktop. Then you choose
Okay.
Windows capture. So in other words, as long as your computer screen can show it, this thing can display it.
Okay. Well, that sounds good.
Mhm. Any other questions? Come here, baby.
Yeah, I think this is really useful, Barry Joel and Jairel. Um, but yeah, so the best what do you call it, training would be the actual
Yes.
implementation. So
Yes.
I think the next Sunday we're gonna use this, and yeah, I agree with Pastor Gordon. You know, as a start, let's just do pre-recorded preaching and praise and worship first and exhortation,
Yeah.
and then later on maybe we can do the live, you know, with the added complexity of combining Zoom and OBS.
Yep. Sounds good. So, I guess my just as ending, right. So, Sis Vivian and Sister Susan, if you guys can do a sample of this one on your own, I think this gives our team a lot more freedom, especially right now in the pandemic, right? Because you can control your schedule now. It doesn't have to be on a Sunday morning, and you have to prepare for the longest time, especially for those that have night shift, morning shift. The work is hard, right? So whenever you are available, you can start recording your video. And then if you have the time, just put in the lyrics and then record it, everything. You can do everything now independently and on your own schedule. So hopefully, succeeding worship service, right? Even if it's 3 weeks out, 4 weeks out, if you're already scheduled, you can do it today. You can do it tomorrow, right? Even if it's 3 weeks ahead of time. And you just have to forward the video to Brother Lloyd in advance so he can just put it all together. So that's the one of the beauties of this, at least right now while we're doing the recording piece.
Um, oh, okay. Go ahead, Brother Shane.
Well, I just had a question in regards to preaching a message. Let's say, I'm doing a recording and 10 minutes into it, I lose my spot or I make a mistake or whatever. Can y'all do editing, or do we have to start off the video and do it all over again?
The video editing, the one that you splice together and chop, you can't do it here, right? It's a different software.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Okay.
there's a different software for that. What do you use, Gerald? Adobe Premiere. That's what we use.
Yeah, I noticed
Here.
that you had Premiere and Rush. Well, you have the works there, Jairel.
Yeah, that's his hobby. together with his sister.
Yeah, I'm just beginning to dabble in that. So maybe you could also spend some time teaching us how to do Premiere, because
Daryl,
that would help in the production, in the video production.
yes,
That's
Pastor, we can do that. We can set up another time for that.
One last question, at least from me. The live streaming platforms. Right now, we are very dependent on Facebook Live.
Hmm.
Some are using YouTube Live as well. But
Yes.
because of the there's a lot of um, uh, what's this? A lot of Christian messages are being censored by Facebook. So I don't know. Time may come when we'll be I don't know. We may not be
YouTube.
allowed to use Facebook or YouTube. Do you have any other suggestions or any platform for live streaming
Besides
alternative
Facebook and YouTube,
besides
what other
Facebook and
platforms?
YouTube? Do you have any other?
Currently, all other forms are really new.
Like what?
There's a bunch of new ones. I'd have to do more research on it, but there's nothing promising so far.
Twitch? You said Twitch, right?
Which would not be a good candidate.
Okay. Pastor Gordon, unfortunately, those are the two most famous platforms right now.
I guess we'll
So,
have we'll have to live for them in the meantime. But
yes.
it's a suggestion that we keep our eyes and ears open for additional platforms.
Sige, Pastor, will do. Will do. Okay.
All right.
Thank you, everyone. If there's no other questions, I hope this was helpful. And again, brother, I think this is recorded. So I
Yeah.
think Pastor Ed and Sister Kathy was interested in going through the recording. So I leave it up to you to publish it.
Okay. All right.
And then we'll send a PowerPoint as well to everyone, so you
Mhm.
guys can digest that document. Hopefully, that's helpful too.
Okay.
Okay, thank you so much. We really appreciate it, Brother Joel and Jarvel. It was really good, very good.
Mhm.
So,
Thank you.
thank you.
Let's close
Thank
in
you,
prayer.
Brother Joe and Jairel.
Thank
Yep.
you. Thank you all. Let's close in prayer. Almighty Father, Lord, thank you, Lord, for this training today. Thank you, Lord, for Brother Joel and Jaira, Lord, for using them on training us in how to better spread your word, Father God. May you be glorified, Lord, in everything that we do. And may all our actions, all our efforts, all our words will reflect your character. All this we pray in Jesus' mighty name. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you
Thank
again, thank
you,
you.
Wait.
everyone. God bless.
Hang on.
I'm
Attendance.
recording.
Attendance.
Padala.
Jairel,
Record niya
picture,
na
picture.
padala.
Come.
Sister Glenn, isa na Sister Glenn. Ready? 1, 2, 3, smile. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks,
Bye.
guys.
Yeah, bye-bye.